everybody, I forgot my lipstick. And we're going without it because it's in my car. Hey everybody, my name is Shane and today I have a quick story time for you guys about another horrible nail salon experience. I should have known better. Just before Valentine's Day, I ended up posting a picture on my Instagram of my nails that I had just gotten done at the salon. I hadn't gotten my nails done in quite a while because I had been rotating through about 3 or 4 nail salons in my area, trying out different ones, seeing which ones I liked better, and truthfully, they all kind of sucked. I would never, ever get what I asked for, or it was just a crappy job. I had one that was so bad, like just, ugh. The nail was beyond crooked, but that's a whole different story. Today we're talking about this story. A little bit before, I want to say about a week before Valentine's Day, I went out and got my nails done. The salon that I had gone to, I'd been to before, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, there was something about that salon that I didn't like, but truthfully, there was something about every salon that I didn't like. Whatever, it's like 5 minutes down the road, I'm just gonna go there and get my nails done because originally I wanted to film a Valentine's Day nail tutorial, which I did film, but I didn't end up liking how my nails came out, so. Anywho, I went to the nail salon and my original plan to have my nails done, I really wanted long tapered square nails. I even had a picture saved on my phone from Pinterest of like just the nails that I wanted basically. So honestly, the story starts even before I walked into the salon because I had texted my mom the day that I wanted to get my nails done asking if she wouldn't mind watching my daughter for a couple hours. She's just too young to be able to sit there without causing mayhem for an hour. My mom's like, well, I'll be home in an hour. If you can call and schedule and see if they'll take you in an hour, I can do that. So I called the salon and it's a nail salon. So typically they're Asian. I'm not like trying to say anything or trying to offend anybody, but I mean, so the woman picks up the phone and there's a little bit of a language barrier. I was kind of having a hard time hearing her, or understanding her rather. But I was trying to explain to her, I said, you know, can I come in at, I think my original time I was trying to ask her for was 12:30 because even though my mom said she'd be home in an hour, I was still in the middle of getting ready. So I just wanted time to get ready and then go. So I asked her if 12:30 was okay, and I called her about 9:30 in the morning and she says, can you come in now? At this point, I had foundation and powder on. It was not gonna happen. So I said, no, unfortunately, I can't come right now, which was true. Like, my mom wasn't even home. I said the earliest I could get there is probably 11. So then she continues to go on saying, can you come in any earlier than that? And I said, honestly, no. I said, just because I have a 2-year-old that my sitter will only be available around 11. So she's like, okay. After that, she gave up. She's like, all right, that's fine. So already I was kind of annoyed because usually people call nail salons to book an appointment because they have other obligations. But truthfully, I only stayed annoyed for a minute because I kind of understood where she was coming from. I figured maybe she wasn't busy until later, so kind of wanted her clients to come in now while she didn't have anybody. So I understood it. I was just kind of like, I can't come in. I dropped my daughter off. I get there right at 11 and I was the only, actually I walked in and I think there was a girl in there who was talking. There was only one person working and there was a woman in there talking to this one worker, and I think she was like planning a bridal nail party. I think she was getting married, but anyways, so as they're talking, I'm picking out my nail color. The lady leaves and then the worker, I feel like I should give her a name because I'm going to be referring to her a lot. We'll call her Sally. I don't know why. That's the first name that came to my mind. So Sally, it's just her and I now in the salon. So Sally tells me to go sit at one of the tables where they do the nails. So I sit down, and if you know nothing about getting, I get acrylics. I can't grow out my nails for the life of me. So I get acrylic nails. She sits me down. She starts like, they first have to prep your nails for the tips and for the acrylic. So they start buffing your natural nail, pushing back your cuticle, clipping back your cuticle if you have a lot of it, just a lot of preparation. So at this point, I haven't told her exactly what kind of nail I wanted because we weren't at that point yet. So when she got the tips on, then she proceeds to ask like what shape do you want? What length do you want? So how they do this, when you have the tip on, it's actually very, very, very long. It's quite humorous actually, because you got like hands of claws. But it's very, very, very long. Originally, I wanted my nail to be about yay long, maybe a little bit longer. So some nail salons are different, but mine, the one that I went to, just use like scissors to cut them down. So they'll hold up the scissors to your nail and say like shorter or longer. So I said longer, and I swear, I don't even think she moved, but she brought the scissors up, like not even a millimeter from where she was, and I'm like, I didn't want to keep telling her like longer, 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 longer. But like after a couple times of saying longer, I just said like, okay, that's a good length. To me, one thing you have to know about me before I continue the story, I don't like to complain. So this whole story is not the nail technician's fault, and I'm not in any way saying that. Again, I posted the picture on Instagram. You guys were curious about this story, so I know I had a huge part in this, so don't think that I'm like being entitled or whatever. It was just a very frustrating story. So anyways, after I'm finally just like cut it there, it's a fine length, it'll grow out. So as it grows out, they can just keep adding acrylic, and I'll just tell them not to cut it back until I'm happy with the length. So that was kind of whatever to me. So she cuts them down, she starts to, we got a file next. This is where the story goes to shit. So I told her, she asked me what shape that you want, and if you have no knowledge of nail shapes whatsoever, there's really only 3 in this story that you could kind of understand what they are to know what I'm talking about. There's coffins, which basically at the tip of your nail, it starts like as soon as it gets above the tip of your nail, it starts tapering in. So it basically looks like the shape of a coffin. That's why it's called a coffin. Then you have square, which is just your standard square nail. But then you have something that's called a tapered square. It's pretty much a love child of coffins and squares. So it's square, 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 but then at the very tips, they start tapering in, and then it just cuts off. Oh my gosh, this is the part of the story where you'll be like, okay, I hopefully can see why I was so frustrated about this. So I told her, I said, I've gotten coffins before and I really did not like them. I said, so I want to try something called a tapered square. I said, I actually have, like, my pocketbook was on the seat next to me because there was nobody else in the store and I didn't want to just put it on the floor. So I put it on the chair next to me, and like I'm reaching for my phone, and I said, oh, I actually have a picture saved on my phone of exactly what I want. So as I'm reaching for my hand is in my pocketbook at this point, she says,
oh no, like I know what you want. You want him to taper at the tip, right? Or taper at the end.
I said, yeah, like the tapered square, not a coffin, not a coffin, not a coffin. At this point, I think she understands exactly what I'm talking about. So she starts filing them down, and I don't usually like to watch the technician because I feel like that's a little annoying to them, but to be honest, there wasn't much else to look at in the store. Again, I was the only one in there was really nobody to talk to, so I'm watching her filing my nails, and I'm like, oh my god. I said, those are looking like coffins. I'm like, oh my god, I am getting coffins right now. No. Like in the back of my mind, I am screaming, but I didn't say anything. I did not say anything, but I wear my emotions on my face. Like, you could probably tell exactly how I'm feeling by just looking at my face in a situation. So I think she could tell that something was wrong as she was filing my nails. Like, we hadn't even gotten to the acrylic yet. She was just filing down the tips to get the shape.
Oh, is everything okay?
And I said, well, I'm gonna be completely honest. I said, I don't like to complain. Like, this makes my anxiety go through the roof. Like, my heart was beating out of my chest. I was almost in tears because I was so afraid to tell this woman that that's not what I wanted. I can't do it. It's something about telling someone that they're doing something wrong or like being that customer. It scares me to death. It really, really does. I said, well, it's not exactly what I was looking for. And that's all I said. And she's like,
Oh, like what do you mean?
I said, can I show you that picture that I was gonna show you? So I take out my phone and I showed her the picture. Actually, I may still have it saved on my phone. So this is not the exact picture that I showed her, but it's actually a great reference photo for you guys. So this is the coffin. You see how it pretty much immediately starts tapering in, where the square stays quite wide until the very top, where it just very slightly comes in. Now they're very, very, very similar. So again, I don't want to sound like I'm being entitled or just being overly picky, but I don't like coffins. I don't like the way they look. They remind me of just like little shark teeth. I even talked about this in a vlog. They just look more like claws than like pretty nails to me. Now if you have coffins, I mean, they look great on other people, but like just my personal preference, I've never liked them. So I proceed to show her the picture at this point and she goes,
Oh, like wider and then tapers. And I
said, yeah. What she says next was the most frustrating thing. I wanted to walk out as soon as she says this. So again, she's in the process of filing just the tips. There's no acrylic. There's nothing on my nails besides the tips. I show her the picture and she goes,
Next time tell me before we start what you want, because everybody's different.
I'm sorry, what? Tell you before you start. I tried. I told her, I even specifically said I did not want coffins because I didn't like them. And then I tried to show her the picture, but she cut me off and like made me believe she knew exactly what I was talking about. So it was like kind of a slap in the face. I'm like, what? I said, well, okay. I'm like, what? I said, yeah, I did. I said I didn't want coffins. And she's like,
Oh, well, it's a little too late now.
Why is it too late? Again, this is what just drove me nuts. It was like she did not even have the acrylic on yet. I understood it maybe would have taken a little bit longer to like take the tips off, but the tips were just glued down. I've ripped these suckers off before. I'm not afraid to just rip them off and have her just put on new tips, and then we'll cut them down and then file them the way that they're supposed to be. So it wasn't like we were so long in the process that I was getting them painted and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't really like these. It was literally at the beginning of an application, and full sets are not cheap. Typically, they're $35. The woman that I went to that I didn't even get what I wanted was $45. Are you kidding me? I was pretty upset about that because I'm like, I haven't gone to a nail salon in months just because of this reason, because I've never gotten what I've actually wanted. So I know again that most of this was my fault because I didn't say anything. I didn't have the cojones to say something. But that's just my personality, but I feel like the nail technician was also in the wrong in a way because like the client that you're working on isn't happy with the results, and if you're at a point in the process that you can like kind of stop and fix it and give them what they're paying for, especially for $45. I don't know, I just felt like she just almost didn't want to, and I kind of understand at the same time because she was the only one there, so I'm sure she had, appointments coming up, but quite frankly, they lost a customer. I do not want to go back ever again. So that was my quick story about my horror nail salon again. I really was considering posting this or not. I was gonna record it and just kind of sit on it because I hate posting ranty type videos because I just feel like it makes me look bad in a way. But again, I had posted that picture on Instagram like not even an hour after I had it done, kind of touching on what happened, but I had gotten comments saying that they wanted to hear the full story, so that's why I'm sitting here today and filming it for you guys. I hope you honestly just kind of got a laugh out of it. Like, I have no hard feelings. Again, I'm not gonna go back to that salon just because I feel like they didn't take care of me the way a customer should be taken care of. Especially, I understand, and maybe I like caused a stink, but like I almost cried because I was so afraid of telling her that's not what I wanted. So I just felt like I wasn't that customer. I wasn't rude. I just feel like I should have been taken better care of. If you guys enjoyed the video, please go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Let me know. And if you don't want to miss any new videos, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!